Hi, my name is Delaney Wilson, and today I'm going to be providing an argument for why citizens should respect the law enforcement. The law enforcement is essential for our communities, and it is important that we respect them while they do their jobs of protecting and serving our communities and our families. So, I want you to think about a time that you were in danger or felt threatened or felt like something bad was about to happen. In these times of distress, people typically call 911. The law enforcement is here to help you feel safe and protect their community. My dad is a cop, and my mom was in the law enforcement as well. You could say that I have a different view because the way I see things firsthand from my parents, but I see things that people don't get to see, so I feel like I contribute to like a different view. People my age tend to think it's cool to disrespect the law enforcement because they're young and they want to break laws, but at the end of the day, the laws are in place for a reason. Policy Online says that the law enforcement sees things on a day-to-day basis that not everyone should ever have to see. There should be a level of respect knowing that these people are putting their lives out on the line every day to protect their community. For example, when we talk about things that people should never have to see, I asked my dad one time what was the worst thing that he has ever witnessed on duty. And typically people would think about a gunshot wound or a stabbing or someone getting ran over or something crazy. Thing that he has ever seen was having to remove a 9-year-old boy from the scene of hanging himself. It's not your typical police story that you hear, but it happens, and no one should ever have to see that or be the person to deal with it and have to feel that burden. Just proves the point that the law enforcement sees things all the time and it's just a part of their job. It's not, it's their normal. And these terrible experiences happen and they help in order to protect our community. My second point is that the Daily Campus says that police officers have the responsibility to enforce these laws just like citizens have the responsibility to obey these laws. This is basically saying that if you're going out and breaking the law, there are people there to enforce them. So you need to take responsibility for your actions. Um, my third point is that the HuffPost says that a nation as a nation we strive to be free, yet freedom comes with the responsibility to be civil towards our fellow citizens. Respect for the law enforcement is vital. Is a vital part of that. Basically, they're saying if you treat the law enforcement like the way you treat someone you respect, then things won't go south like they do all the time. There's often you see clips of law enforcement on top of people, beating people, this, that. Yeah, sometimes it happens and sometimes they're in the wrong. I will admit that. But oftentimes these clips are cut short and you only see a glimpse of what has happened. You don't get to see them resisting arrest. You don't get to see them running. You don't get to see them spitting in their faces, threatening to kill them. These are things that you don't get to see. So when bad things like this happen, you have to realize that it's important to know the whole story. Respect for the law enforcement is vital for all citizens to maintain a good relationship with law enforcement. So let's say I get pulled over and the police officer that comes up to my window asks me if I knew what I was doing wrong. And I have an attitude and say, it doesn't matter, I wasn't doing anything wrong. Then most likely things aren't going to go the way I want them to because I have already started it off on a bad note. So you want to give them the respect that you would like to receive. In conclusion, when it all comes down to this, it's important for us to feel safe and feel like you can be civil with the authorities. At the end of the day, they're the ones that you're going to call when you need help or when you get robbed, or you feel threatened. It's important that you maintain this good relationship so that things don't go in a bad direction. Everyone else needs to realize that they risk their lives on a day to day basis, and they risk their lives of their families. There's been multiple times that my dad or mom have been threatened that they will come and kill everybody in their house because of something that happened in that situation. There's been times that we have been robbed. We've been robbed 3 times because someone found out my dad was a cop, and they wanted guns, so we've been robbed. So it's important to know that we not only obey these laws, but it's important to know that the law enforcement is here to enforce them. So we need to be able to take responsibility for our actions. Lastly, it's important to know that if you treat the law enforcement the way that you want to be treated, everything will go your way most of the time. If you follow these steps with your interactions with the police, then they shouldn't be so scary like people make them out to be. So, to conclude my argument, it is important that you respect the law enforcement in order for them to do their jobs and protect us. Thank you.